Yep. 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 Let's go. Drew Titan Bronson on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is the Painful Excellence podcast. Got those warm feelings. And we're going to do some self-reflecting today. I need you guys who are single. You know what I'm saying? I see you, LeBron. I need there's gonna be some self-reflecting, right? Because you know what I was gonna call this show at first? I was gonna call it the Imperfect Podcast. And I was gonna call it that name to make sure that you guys know that ain't nobody here pointing the fingers as if they're perfect. I am where I am today because I fucked up a lot, but I understand that you have to fail forward. If that makes sense. Who we got in the building? Love is a word. Sean on TV. My brother Rod Neal. LeBron's in the building. Broken Traditions. Jose, what up? Yeah, I know. This guy's, they got an IP address. It's a scrambler. They bouncing all around the damn, it's whatever. But there's a way to catch that too. CB Sports in the building. Shawa, salute, sister. My brother Omega Red, salute. Philip D. Redden Jr. in the building, salute. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Rashad, what up? Jason Williams, salute, salute. My brother Jeff Spark in the building. JC in the building. John Pound, salute. No doubt, I appreciate you. I mean, Sam Mack, Sweet T, hey. I appreciate you, sis. Looking forward to connecting with you. Whoever you roll up to New York with, Fight Week, salute, man. So let's do this, man. Question tonight is, why are you single? Now, if you're in a relationship, all right, was there a stretch where you were single? And do you know why? Because right now, there's a lot of people that think, well, not a lot of people, I'm not all blown up, but there's people that do think, hey man, like the insecure woman, I'm assuming that was a woman, that came in here and was talking about, you just bashing women. I'm like, so what? If you feel like I'm bashing you, I'm talking about you. But click the link and come on here and let's build. Let's talk about it. I'm telling you about our problems. I'm telling you about the problems with men. I'm telling you about the problems with women. And I want to look for a damn solution. You see, the brother Carl Burrell says he was single all through his 20s. But everybody in here, for the most part, is in their 30s or knocking on 40 by now. So I'm asking a question to the single people. Why are you single? All right? Because normally, up in the LD, salute, bro. Normally, single people are the ones with the biggest mouths. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Very, 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 very dangerous. You ever had that motherfucker giving you all the advice in the world? You just look at them like, yo, you's a bum. You gonna take stock in Bond's advice for some dude laying in the gutter in the street at Fuckville, USA, in a project somewhere? Why would you listen to that person, man? Why would you do that? See, CB Sports TV says, I'm in my 40s. I had a lot of work, had a lot of growing up to do. Real talk, yeah. There's something called check the fruit on the tree. I'm sure y'all heard of it. All right, let me give you the legal terms. This is something in law, the NYPD. This is something I learned called the Aguilera-Spinelli test. It's a two-pronged test. One test tests the information that you get from an informant. The other test tests the credibility of the informant. Now, he could be telling you something that might be able to crack a case. But it's like, hold on, this sounds too good to be true. How much good information did this motherfucker ever give you? That's all that is. It's a short version. It's a short version, right? Y'all could Google it. checking the fruit on a tree is very similar. Someone can give you all of this advice. Oh yeah? I have 2 channels that's on? Wait a minute. Come out. I got 2 channels on? You sure? No. My other joint don't come on for another 10 hours. Don't scam me, because you know I did that shit before, right? Oh, you said on fire. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. You know, one time I had my shit started. I said, what the fuck? Xavier called me all the way from California. He said, you know you're live right now. I said, no, I'm not. I'm at work. I was like, oh shit. No, he's saying my shit is fire, man. I agree with that totally. You know, my shit is on fire. But I appreciate you, bro. I gotta speak myself up because everyone's trying to cut me down. Not everybody, but you know, I got a lot of haters. But that's good. When you got haters, I mean you're doing something right. Josh, what up, man? How you feel? Yeah, man. So check the fruit on the tree. People give you bad advice all the time. All the time they give you bad advice. And it's like, yo, we you know. You ever had someone, fellas, you ever had that dude trying to tell you what to do when you got a little girlfriend, whatever, and you still learning, but you're learning on the job. And you're gonna make mistakes. And you got that one motherfucker, and he's not super old, but let's say you was like 15, 16, and he was like 25, and he's trying to tell you, little man, here's what you do. It's like, yo, my man, I just saw you crying over some chick leaving your crib the other day. Why are you telling me what to do? Then as we get older, just turn on social media, turn on TikTok. You see that aggravated and frustrated woman giving all these women bad advice. You gotta ask yourself, do I want to grow up and be like that motherfucker? Ladies, you gotta ask yourself, do I want to run my relationship like how this woman is storming the building? Andrew Gray, salute. I want to live in her world. I want to be like her. Any advice you should be taking from somebody, they have to have something that appeals to you. And this is just one small aspect as to why you're single. You got to ask yourself, do I want to be like this person? You got to ask yourself, do I want to be like this? Let me see. This person drives this car. Do I want to be like that person? He has this kind of woman. Do I want to be like that person? Ladies, she got that kind of man, but she coming to work and her eye always swollen. Well, he looked good though. Come on, man. Check the fruit on the tree, man. But I went through a period where I was single for a while because I was just down on chicks. And I just realized, I didn't have good, I didn't have any good candidates. Nobody was, putting out what I wanted. I wanted a chick that didn't have a potty mouth, that could speak a sentence without saying son at the end of it. Yo, trust me, we joke about chicks up here, but a lot of that shit is real. These chicks are out here, these chicks and these young dudes, they're out here calling each other bro at the end of every sentence. It's like, that is so masculine. When I hear chicks saying, yo, son, what up, son? Back then, now they say, bro. What are you talking about, bro? It's like, yo, what are you doing? And I hear the dudes calling their girls, bro. Yo, bro, what you talking about? Stop doing that shit. I heard some dude refer to his girl on the bus, my nigga. Yo, my nigga, what you doing? I said, yo, that's his girl. Is she a girl? Come on, dogs. And dog, what up? Shit is ridiculous. Big Block, what up? These young men don't know how to be young men anymore. I saw this video. I don't know if this was set up or whatever, but dude was sitting in a room and his girlfriend comes out the room with a fitted dress, Spanish lady. And she does some, move with her shoulders. And she had a nice figure or whatever. And it was like like a multicolored fitted dress, and she had the body for the dress. And he's sitting there, he looks up at her. She says, "Yo, what you think?" He says, "You look like a church window." She was like, "Come on, bro." It was funny as hell. Now, I don't know if that was set up. That shit was hilarious, man. He said she looked like a church window. I almost threw my phone across my living room. I said, "This motherfucker." Some of that shit is just fucking hilarious, man. But, a lot of people are single. I noticed in my 20s, I had to take a step back. I was behaving in a fashion that wasn't really me. And you know why I was behaving in a fashion that wasn't really me? Because I couldn't afford to be a nice guy, because we all know what happens to nice guys. You know what I mean? And Bumpy, what up? And what sucks is I generated more compliance being an asshole. But that wasn't me. But I noticed when I was holding doors, you know what I'm saying, pulling out the chair and sitting them down, I always found myself surrounded with women that didn't deserve it. And I don't reward bad behavior. Then I went through a period where it was like, you know what, if I'm just super nice, eventually she'll take a foot off the gas. No. She just thought I was a bigger sucker. She insisted I was a bigger sucker. It was like, "Snacks B, what up?" And you get a little grumpy at that shit. Like, yo, man, I'm getting shit on. Now this nice guy shit don't work. And you know who told me to stop that shit? My father wouldn't say a word, because he was on some, I don't know when this kid gonna learn. I ain't gonna tell him. You know who told me? My mother. She says, "Well, why are you nice to these girls?" And I say, "Well, Teach, what up?" I'm like, "Well, Mom, I mean, that's how you raised me." She said, "No, I ain't raised you to be a goddamn doormat. What you mean? Get right." I said, "Oh, okay." So when I got a girl's phone number, or we exchanged numbers. First of all, I ain't take a girl's phone number unless she took mine. I wouldn't give up my number unless she gave me hers. Beep or whatever. Sometimes you get called, sometimes you don't get called back. It was the early 90s. You had a beeper, you looked a little more important. Every drug dealer had a beeper. Of course I wasn't a drug dealer. Of course I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed when I started behaving nonchalant, it came easy to me because I was playing a role. Demon Kennedy, salute. I was playing a role. But you know what was strange? When I played that role, I generated a lot of compliance, and I couldn't believe it. I was always well dressed. I was always well groomed. When I started growing facial hair, I was always well groomed. I was always smelling nice, and so that wasn't a problem. But what I didn't like was the fact that I had to be some sort of street dude, and that totally was not me. So I will tell y'all, I was fronting when I was with these chicks. I was acting like somebody that I wasn't. I knew a lot of street dudes, but they didn't put two and two together. It's like, okay, he a street dude, he knows all the latest lingo, but he's in college? Yeah. He ain't connected too. I had chicks coming from all directions wanting to hang out. Yo, so where we going? And look, when you was young, you didn't really have that much money, but I had chicks so intrigued about me, they would literally want to come to a whole nother borough to try and hang on the corner just to see what I was about. The street life intrigued you that much to the point where you want to come over here and hang on a fucking corner? It's like 10 degrees outside. We outside with goose down coats, pigskin Tim boots, and baggy Boss jeans or cross colors, and you came all the way from Queens just to hang with me on the corner? Somehow that made that chick, few chicks want me like that. It was just weird. And I said, you know something? I could have been nice, speaking proper English and inviting them out just to, go to a small party or, come upstairs and let's have a non-alcoholic beverage. They're not into that shit. They like all this excitement and shit. They hear car sirens and they like that shit. They were intrigued by the fucking losers. I said, am I really behaving like a fucking loser to generate compliance? The answer was yes. I got more tail behaving like a fucking animal than I did being a gentleman when I was younger. I was behaving like the 14% that we always talk down on. I'm sorry, the 16% that we speak down on. It is ridiculous. That's why when I actually saw that stat later on in life, I said, oh, you know what? That kind of makes sense. Because when I was a nice guy, I didn't get no callbacks. Just disrespected. I wasn't exciting. Hey, how you doing, miss? Can I talk to you for a minute? That guy got this look. Yeah. Okay, how are you? But this nigga, your mom, come here. Come here. Let me holler at you. Don't do that. Come over here. I'm talking to you. You see me talking to you? Come over here. What's your name? Bitch is coming up after I'm all aggressive like a fucking caveman. They coming to me and asking me my name. What the fuck? A few years of that, you get older, you're like, yo, I'm tired of that shit. I don't want to do that shit no more. One chick I was fucking with like in 91, I ran into her like in 95. Like my second year in college, and we're talking, and she says, yo, you changed. I said, yo, newsflash. The guy that you thought you was fucking with, that was fake as fuck. That was a struggle. That was acting. Who you talking to now? This is who I always been. She said, really? I said, yeah. It was a front. Yeah, but we was on the block, and I said, yeah. I hang around a bunch of niggas. I know the lingo. I look the part. I can speak the part, but that's not who I am. It was a struggle. Every time I was with you, it was a fucking struggle. Yes, I know every song. I know every rap song. Yes. Rhyme in a cipher. I do all of that shit. I drunk socially. I never smoked. Wasn't my thing. I tried it twice in my life. It wasn't my thing. It's not me. Too late. I already got the drawers.
What?
Too late. It's 4 or 5 years later. You already give me the drawers, man. No, there's no backseat. You can't take that back, bitch. It's what it is. So once I got a little older, the less fucks I gave, and I didn't have to change how I spoke anymore. I said, look, either gonna like me or they not. I'm trying to graduate. I'm trying to get a city job. I'm trying to do shit. Tom, what up? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do shit. If they on for the ride, they on for the ride. If they not, they not. Fuck you very much. Then as I got older, Mr. Shelton, salute. He said, weed is from the earth. It's not me. You know what I'm saying? And as I got older, the less fucks I gave. And then I noticed I became intriguing the more I ignored their ass. So why was I single? Well, I really was never really single. I was always dealing with people off and on. Sometimes there was intercourse. Most times there was not. Most times. But I didn't want to be involved. But you know why? The longer I was by myself, I began to pay close attention to the characteristics of the people that I was attracting. And you had to be very, very careful with who you slept with. And I became more and more and more after being thirsty and ended up in Brooklyn and getting chased out of there and all kinds of weird shit. You became more cognizant of who you was dealing with. And you realize that your life could be put on the line. And I don't even talk about STDs. Like I said, you ended up in neighborhoods you don't need to be around. Some of these women are not honest. You know what I'm saying? About who they dealing with. You know what I'm saying? He said having a nice thing. being a nice guy, but have to have like a dirty dick rod into female attention. Yeah, exactly. And I lived that. When I got older, I just got tired of it. I said, man, fuck that. If they like me, they like me. They don't, they don't. I'm trying to move out my mama house and all kinds of shit. I was trying to build my life. I was trying to make my life. What I noticed was the women I was attracting saw me with vision, and I was going somewhere in life. And they wanted to be a part of that. You notice how I say, you know, a woman has to bring something to the table for the man? Okay? So if he's focused on doing something, how does she contribute to him achieving what it is? Not deter him away and get him on your program. How do you help him achieve his goals so he can help you? You understand? When I say help you, I mean like, yo, look, if he's head of household, you know, and I don't want to beat the dead horse, but you know, it does take a woman to make a stronger man. All right. If he's out there conquering the world, somebody got to take care of the household. He can't do two things at once. I mean, you can, but it's a lot easier when it's teamwork, and teamwork makes the dream work. There have been some women that, you know, he's trying to do this, but I think he'll be better doing that. And with a little bit of coochie and kitty cat and persuasion, she'll try and get him off his purpose. Always stay on your purpose, man. Always stay on your purpose. Always stay on your purpose. Fellas, always stay on your purpose. You get with a chick and she's always telling you what you're doing is a bad idea, get her the fuck away from you. Get her the fuck away from you. Seriously. Seriously. My boy was going to med school. Med school. This was years ago. He was going to med school. And this chick was always telling him, oh, well, you know, your student loans and you can't do this and you can't do that. Everything was, I can't. No, I was minding my business. It's like, yeah, man, you know, she was telling me I can't do this. And I'm trying to, you know, she wants to go out on Saturday and I'm trying to cram for this exam. I said, yo, my nigga, listen, here's the deal. Dump her. That's what I said. Dump her monkey ass. You been in med school how long? And you right here? Why you listen, she needs to shut the fuck up. If she's not helping you study and holding up flashcards, whatever the fuck she needs to do, then she can either go to the club on her own and you just bid her good night. And my nigga, I told him, I said, nigga, if she does go out alone, don't you in your life worry about what the fuck she's doing. Who cares? All it was she was secretly jealous of him. And I told him a long time ago, man, you too busy for a girlfriend anyway, man. You got mad shit going on. And your education is your top priority because you're trying to do something. The end result of what you're doing is a strong 6 figures and a lot of respect. And you not living in the hood where he lived. He didn't live close to me. He lived in the projects. And I said, you about to get out. All kinds of scholarships, you big brain motherfucker. And you worry about this bitch? She work at some sort of convenience store. Why is she telling you what you can and cannot do? I said, if you don't get rid of her, you see her little, her fat little ass? Guess what? Your options will explode. Your options will explode. Once she's gone, and you pass this exam, you get your MD, whatever it is you got to go through, your options will explode. You ain't even gonna be thinking 2 years from now, and I know 2 years seem long ago, it seems far off, but you're gonna be so immersed in your career, you're gonna be like, the fuck was I even thinking about her for? Why was I concerned? He eventually got his MD. He don't live in New York anymore. You know, and he's doing fine. And he got rid of her. Not off the strength of what I said. Eventually, he saw shit on his own. So that's why he was single. I can explain why I was single, like, you know, for the majority of the middle of the 90s. I dated, but I never took anyone seriously. Because sometimes, you ever been hanging with somebody and y'all cool, and y'all so cool, and then something happened. and y'all just start speaking just for a little bit. Nothing major, but maybe work hours changed, or he goes off and does something, and he's with somebody, and let's say he get a girlfriend, and then you don't want to get involved with that. Sometimes, and this is very key, y'all, I need y'all to understand. Sometimes people that you call your friends, they could be holding you back from doing something, and you won't even know it. And they're not doing it intentionally. Sometimes when you hang with somebody, y'all think the same, and it's not always good. People that I'm close with, we damn near could finish each other's sentences. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people with, when you're in a rut, your friends could keep you there, and it's subliminal. A lot of them are not even doing it on purpose, but you can't think past what they think. Y'all in the same neighborhood, y'all like the same things, and y'all don't see shit. Sometimes a little separation that's beyond your control is the best thing for you. You start thinking different. You want to read books. You know what I'm saying? You venture out. You start meeting other people. You start broadening your horizon. And y'all could come back and connect later. Maybe he could learn from you. Sometimes, rather than learn from you, maybe they will start hating on you. Hey, man, you talking all funny now. No, I'm not talking funny. I grew. That could still be your brother or sister for life, but you just don't deal with them on the same level because they're stuck. How many of y'all left y'all neighborhood and the motherfuckers you was cool with, you come back. Now y'all in your 40s knocking on 50s. Niggas got receding hairlines and shit. And they still on the same corner from 1995. And you're like, whoa. You still here? What's the difference though? All them niggas is fathers.
What?
So they still on the block. And somehow they working rinky-dink jobs or not employed, but they found the chick to lay up under and reproduce with. They procreate with. It's like, how the fuck does that happen? Y'all know. I know a bunch of dudes like that. How the fuck did that happen? That 16% is a motherfucker, man. The 16% is a motherfucker. And I watched the older cats go through that. I used to listen to the older cats on the basketball court complain about baby mama. All pissed off. And you know what I used to say? Ain't gonna be me. Nope. Ain't gonna be me. Not I, said the cat. I'm good. It wouldn't be me at all. You know what I mean? So I understood why I was single for the most part. When I say single, I dated. Did I casually sleep with some women? Yes. But it wasn't a major thing for me. Yeah, that's right, Ken. Your circle is supposed to elevate you. It is. The circle's supposed to elevate you. You know what I mean? It's called growing up and being an adult. I was very responsible. Did I mess up? Of course. But like I said, it's something called failing forward. You see it, you recognize it, you don't do it again. You know what I mean? So I understood why I was single. One of the funniest things was when I first started working for the city, I was the youngest one. I was in my early 20s. And where I worked, in the spot where I worked in, there's a lot of older women there. Late 30s, early 40s, in their 40s. And they say, hey, yo, you ain't got no babies? I'm like, no. You ain't got no baby mamas? I said, not that I know about. I was like, well, yeah, you make a baby, and I know you live with your mama now, and you make a baby, you're gonna have to grow up. And I'm like, you're not my mother. I have a good stronghold on life. Why? Because I don't have any babies that I know about. And although I live at home with my mother, I have a map that I'm following. And that's weird because they would, you ain't got no babies? No. What's up with that? What's up with what? I'm not married. All of you are sitting here screaming about how the baby kept you up and baby daddy would call you at odd hours and he called me up drunk, and then one of the motherfuckers came to the office and punched a hole in the wall. Yeah. So you turn right around and say kids are a blessing, and oh yeah, you say that now, and oh, you don't got no kids, you say that now, but you know things happen. No, they don't. 32 forms of prophylactic. I'm good. I wear 2 condoms and a fucking Pathmark bag underneath my balls. I promise you nothing's gonna happen. So you telling me that Watcher, salute, brother, how you been? I get every last one of your emails, man. Watcher's always on it, man. Appreciate you, brother. You know what I mean? Are you wishing a blessing on me? Or are you wishing me bad luck? Because y'all are not happy, and none of you are married, and all of you are mothers. And I look at those women, and I was reminded, yeah, why am I single? Oh, look at these bitches. And those women were older women trying to talk to the women my age in our early 20s at the time and trying to school them up on game. Now, what the fuck do they have to say to those older women when they always talking miserable to me? Oh, you ain't got no kids, you just wait. You active, right? When you gonna knock somebody up. Are you wishing that on me? Are you saying, yo, congratulations, stay with your mother for as long as you can, save your money up, find the right woman and then get married? They never said that to me. Yeah, why am I single at that time in my life? Yeah. Don't play with me. I know exactly the points of my life when I was single. I know exactly why I was single. I don't regret it. Exactly, Jason. Misery loves company. Classic. That's all. Misery loves company. And those women were miserable. You're gonna tell me I should make a baby? They never once said get married first. And the chick that would tell me that, Woke, what up? Alfred, what up? The chick that told me that literally came to work one day pissed off that her baby daddy climbed through the fucking, she lived on the first floor. Nigga climbed through the window. I was like, oh my God, man. I can't fathom shit like that. Can't understand. Yeah, I don't, none of that shit registers. Women are doing too much. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to know why you're single. You know what I love? The person that fronts. Yeah, I'm single because I want to be single. I'm single because it's my choice. Why are you choosing to be single? All right, you're not conflicted. You don't know if you know. Some people are. I heard it all, man. They're conflicted. Then you find out that the person gay. Oh, that's why you're trying not to be who you are. So now that you are, you're happy. Ta-da. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that. Oh, I'm trying to get my head right. Okay, get some. But they're trying to get their head right, but they're not in therapy. Bullshit. I'm trying to get my head right, but you're not in therapy. I'm trying to get my money up. Are you working? No. What? That person is always running from the truth as to why they're single. They don't want to admit it. They want to speak it out loud. If they speak it out loud, you know what that's like? That's like showing a mirror. If Medusa walks into the room, y'all know Medusa. Y'all hold a mirror up to her face. If she looks at her own reflection, she's going to turn herself to stone. Okay? Stop fronting. You know why you're single. Most of you know why you're single. Officers ain't, I know why I'm single. Exactly. Most of you, especially at this age, when you're in your 40s, come on, you gotta know why you're single. You absolutely have to know why you're single. I'm not hearing anything less. You know why you're single. Stop playing with me. You're single because your money ain't right. You're single because your head ain't straight, but you got to get some therapy. You're single because your house is dirty. You're single because you're too skinny. You're single because you're too fat. You're single because of whatever. My thing is this: do you want to stay single? And are you brave enough to get help and fix yourself so you don't have to be single? Because you know what the reality is? Majority of people don't want to be single. There are people that are like, you know what? And usually the people that says, you know what, I'd rather be single, those people are divorced and they're just tired. You know what I'm saying? Or they're widowed. Their spouse died. They say, you know what, I'm good. I don't want to, I love that person and, I don't want to go through it. Yeah, Teach, you're right. These weirdos, they hate to admit it. And you know what? I don't even want to call them weirdos. They just they don't embrace the truth. People know why they're single, which is why people do certain things to oh man, this is gonna get deep. It's gonna get real deep. Let me talk to the fellas. Fellas, I never knew that woman around, or not women, because this was something that happened in teen years. Let's say 18, just for the sake that she's legal. Let's say, do y'all know, y'all saw a woman, a young woman that in her mind, she doesn't feel that she can compete with everything around her. She has to do different things to get attention. Whereas the average girl would get, courted, asked out. She doesn't get that. So what does she do? What's the famous thing that she does? She feels she has to, big homie Coop, salute. She feels she has to put herself out there sexually to get heads turning towards her. It's always the sex jokes. When she gets someone one-on-one, she's always talking sexy to the person. Talking about how she, does this, does that. She might perform fellatio or like sex in a certain manner or whatever. And that gets dudes' antennas up. Now, on any given Sunday, Mac of the South, salute. Any given Sunday, these dudes wouldn't get caught dead with her. They don't even want to fucking hold her hand in public. But, some dudes are like, yo, she throwing, I'm catching. I'm going to get this nut out. And there you go. There you go. And instead of curbing that behavior, she decides that it's easier for her and more to soothe her tortured soul. She immerses herself in sexual gratification. And to her, that's love. In her mind, she knows these dudes will never be with her. But fucking it's just as good. And they may never violate her on the street. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Hey, what's going on? But you need to understand, women, men talk. And I'm not saying that they'll be clowning you behind your back, but they'll talk. And the audacity of you to think that there's no guy code is absurd. Men talk. Men talk. That's what we do. And they might, listen, in every hood, there was a girl or two like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say her name, but there was a shorty out here, and she smashed everybody, or everybody smashed her. There was never a need to disrespect her or laugh at her or joke about her, and everyone knew it. It came up in basic conversation. Yeah, I was just at so-and-so, and she, I was just up there. I was playing ball one day, and she said, yo, I got water at my house, whatever. I went to the house, she gave me some water, and next thing you know, she started tugging on my shorts. I let her, go down. Word? Me too. Word? Yeah, me too. Word? Yeah, me too. Of course, there's always some simp nigga there. He's not saying nothing. You know why? Because he did it. He thought he was the only one. But his ass is foul. He can't pull the same chicks that the rest of us could pull. So now everybody's in the powwow talking about it. And say, all right, look, don't blow her up. You already know why she's doing it. Look at her. If she don't look, it sound fucked up, but let's keep it a buck. She don't look as normal as the rest of the women. Love is the worst is, why do you guys do that? Do what? Why do we do what? Talk about the woman that sleeps with all of us, and then at the end of the orgasm, you know what she says? Don't tell your friend. She done fucked everybody in the crew and told every last one of them, don't say anything. But we're men. We won't talk about our wives or a girl that we're taking serious. But a chick that we don't care about, we'll talk about it. And you know why it comes up? Because it's like, wait a minute, she told me not to tell anybody. Him specifically, come to find out he did the same thing. You know how dangerous that can be? One nigga getting his feelings, it's a big old fucking shit. And the situation that I'm talking about in particular, that one nigga that was quiet about it, we thinking he didn't hit. You know what happened? He did hit, but he caught feelings. Not necessarily caught feelings, because he wouldn't get caught holding hands with her in public either. But he thought he was the only one, and that fucked with his ego. He wasn't the only one, but he was the last one. He couldn't pull the same shorties that we would pull anyway. He thought that was his ace in the hole. He thought he was doing something. What do you think he did? Tay salute. He violated guy code. She gonna come outside all mad. I'm like, what's wrong with her? Like, we gonna ask her what's wrong. I'm like, yeah, we going to the courts. We took our woman to the courts. Anytime she ran into one of those individuals, I'm saying, why y'all talking about me? Well, I was like, yo, we was all sitting on the bench. You ain't say, why y'all talking about me? Why? Like, yo, why you suck his dick? And then told us not to tell each other. What the fuck was that? Some niggas are petty. And by the way, who told you that we, as far as you know, we weren't talking about you. Who the fuck told you we was talking? And we all looked at that one motherfucker. Like, yo, nigga, you's a fucking bitch, nigga. Ridiculous. Shit crazy. Chicks do weird shit and they don't want to own it. Own it. All five of us? Own it. You did it. Ain't no one made you. Own that shit. Who cares? Exactly, Jason. Shit is awful. But it was things like that. I'm like, I went to a point where I didn't really trust women. But you know what happened? You know what changed me? I had to start leaving my neighborhood and not dating the same type of people in other neighborhoods that was similar to mine. And that was that one point where one day, because there was a lot of dudes that didn't want to leave the neighborhood. They were good here. We fucked with a chick here, chick there, and got a girl over there, whatever, and they were cool. And I said, yo, this shit is whack, it's boring, I'm tired of dealing with this, I can't trust these people. And I said, you know what, let me go downtown. And I went downtown, I was just walking around. Let me not walk around in baggy jeans, and let me not look the part where a cop has to, it was the 90s, y'all. Cops were stopping you all over the place. So what I did was I dressed casual. Wore a button-up shirt, some jeans, and some black Air Force Ones or some black Adidas. Got on a train and I said, let me just, 86th Street, let me walk upstairs, see what's going on. Nothing? Okay, let me go downstairs, let me go further downtown. I get downtown like at 5 p.m. I walk around till like 10 at night just to see. And I was, I went inside of a lounge. And I just saw people just sitting around chatting, talking. I'm like, I only see shit like this on TV. Got myself a little beer that I babysat, and I just sat at the bar and I'm just paying attention to the audience. Not the audience, the crowd. And I was lounge hopping. This lounge, that lounge. I just got to know people, like know people around the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up at the Village. I know that's like it's the gay neighborhood in New York, where I've clowned AJ for going. But you heard me say there's music lounges there, and you can actually take a date over there and listen to the live music. Pay no attention to the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That's their neighborhood, but they got live bands in these lounges. It's dope. So I ended up over there by West 4th, and by the McDonald's, there's a club there. Not a club, it's a lounge. And I go in and I sit down. I was like, oh, they're playing live music. I was like, okay. So I'm at the bar. This white woman started talking to me. A white woman never talked to me in my life. If I wasn't the only time a white person talked to me was in school when she was a teacher and I was in trouble. It was this white woman and I couldn't tell her age. Blonde hair, blue eyes. She smelled like coconuts. You know what I'm saying? And she was like out the TV. Hey, how you doing? And her hair was going on, later on I figured out that she was high. She was on fucking man. But she was cool and she introduced me to her friends and they were cool, whatever. They said, yeah, you live around here? I said, no, I live in the Bronx. We're here every week. And 2 of them were college students, and I was coming down there every weekend and hanging out with them, and I met some other people, and I had a whole new set of people I was just hanging out with. And we were all around the same age range, but just speaking to them, it broadened my horizons. You understand? I get back to the hood like around maybe 2 in the morning. They still on the bench chilling. I didn't grow up in a dangerous neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So in summertime, you just be outside chilling. 2 in the morning. It's like, where you coming from? I was like, yeah, I was downtown chilling. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. And I ain't smashed none of those chicks. But I went to this other spot all the way down by the Seaport. South Street Seaport. There was I walked up on like a little fashion show. And that's when I met that 42-year-old woman. I was like 20. That happened. Did they look at me different? Jason asked me, did the neighborhood guys look at me different? No. They weren't. They never asked questions. I would tell them, like, yo, we should just go downtown, like in Manhattan. Let's get the fuck out the Bronx. And they were like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm chilling. Nah, you go ahead, man. Nah, I'm good. They didn't give me no headache. But they would see me when I get off the bus. They look like, yo, where you coming from? I'm like, yo, I went downtown. I was chilling. They'd be like, oh, all right. It was good. It's like, yo, I go to these lounges, listen to live. And see, I'm very, like, my boys at that time, they were like rap music, cars, and talking about what they want to do in the next, like 5 years. They wanted to get a big truck with a loud system and have a bad bitch. And we played ball until the wee hours of the morning. and it was summertime, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that was all you did, you know what I mean? And that was it. And I'm like, this ain't it for this summer. I'm not doing this summer. That was last summer. This shit is whack. We ain't got to stay here. We're adults. Our parents ain't looking for us like that. You know what I'm saying? They know we're not criminals, and this is not a dangerous neighborhood, and we know better than to go in the neighborhoods that's dangerous. Well, me chasing tail, my dumb ass, I did it a few times. Almost got killed, but that was on me. But at this point, we're past that. I just want to explore something different, nothing dangerous. And they just never did it. I like listening to real rhythm and blues. 90s, I was listening to grunge music too. I listened to James Taylor. And I listen to rap music. I'm also an artist. I draw. You know what I'm saying? But sitting with them, it was big trucks, loud systems, and girls and hip hop. And I'm like, I need more. And why am I waiting on them? They're not coming. This was before Metro cards, y'all. You had to get a bag of tokens. I got my bag of tokens. I grabbed my little $50. That's all you needed back then. And I just went for it. I was out. And then eventually, my pops bought me a car, and it was over. I was going all around the city by myself. Gotta explore, man. Manhattan, we live in a nice city, man. There's word up, Kane. We live in a beautiful city. We do. And being that I grew up here, I take it for granted. But as I got older, me and the wife, like a few times we just walked around, and I'm like, all these years, I just took this shit for granted. I mean, I knew like in my 20s because I was just going out here and just walking around. But even since the 90s, because a lot of shit got gentrified, so things look a lot better now. I'm like, fuck, we really live in a nice city. Live in a nice city, man. For those of you that are coming up to the fight, I mean, I ain't got a big truck. You know what I'm saying? But so we're gonna have to hop on the train and go to certain places. For those of you that'll be here, hopefully a lot of y'all get up here on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, it's a nice city, man. And you meet interesting people. Some of the best times I had in the 90s when I was just going out there by myself, when you run into some people and they're out of town, they look to you to know where the spots are. And I tell people, look, man, any place in 96th Street in the Uptown is Harlem. Don't go past 96th Street. Stay your ass right there. The buildings are gonna get a little shorter and the hood's gonna change. Don't do it. All right? Stay downtown. But you gotta know where to tell them to go. And they're fascinated with you anyway. You gotta be quick on the draw. They're fascinated with you. So I mean, all right, Alfred. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Woke, salute if I missed you. You know what I mean? I had a ball by myself, and I had to step away from my friends, whom I love them all dearly, but I had to come into my own. So I said all of this to say this. At that point, I was dating, but I wasn't official with anybody. All right? I had a girlfriend that I met when I graduated high school. I had just graduated. I met that she was a little older than me. And I learned a lot from her. But I learned that I had to walk away from her ass too. I learned a lot. And I'm not saying she's a bad person, but she was very aggressive and very she was sneaky. And there was things that I felt she did, but I couldn't prove it. You know what I'm saying? But in the back of my head, I always knew. You know what I'm saying? And I left it alone. I left it alone, man. But you fail forward. Everything that I learned from her, I carried that over into the next relationship. Not in a bad thing. Not looking at the new chick saying, "Okay, this is what you're gonna do." No, I just have a better eye for things now. I was laying landmines for a long time, and bitches be blowing their goddamn torsos off. The less fucks I gave, the better life got. And when I got into a situation where I decided to pursue something, guess what? I married her. Haven't looked back since. We good. We good. You know what I mean? So I knew why I was single. Not into juggling multiple. And when I was dating, all the girls knew. Like, yo, I'm dating, Yo, what you doing tomorrow? I'm chilling. I'm heading out. And they knew what I meant. You don't ask me for details, because I'll give it to you. I'm heading out with a chick that, I'm seeing. You knew what it was. You know what I mean? So, this pretty much is just a spark thought. If y'all single, do y'all know why y'all single? And can you be honest with yourself? Why you single? Because I've heard all the excuses. I know exactly when I went through those periods of my life when I was single. I knew exactly why. I was committed to doing something else. Then I stopped just caring. I was like, look, these women are not important. Trying to get out my mama house. I gotta get my money up. I gotta get my education up. I gotta do something. I was going through some growing pains. You know what I'm saying? Do women know why they single? The women in the chat, y'all know why y'all single? If y'all single, I don't even know if y'all single. Y'all know why y'all single? Fellas, y'all single? Y'all know why? I know Alfred said why he's single. Thing is, you got to be honest with yourself as to why you're single. A lot of women that I've seen are not honest. A dude to tell you in a heartbeat. Queen, salute. A dude to tell you in a heartbeat why you single. Nigga, I'm trying to get this job. You know what I mean? And what I'm gonna do? I'm living in a shelter. I'm gonna bring her to my shelter? Nah. Listen, when you're honest about why you're being single, life gets easy. My favorite thing is when women say, well, I'm not mentally ready. What do you mean by that? Well, I got this going on, I got that going on. Oh, okay, so you say you're not anything in reference to your skull, your mentality. My next question is always going to be, are you getting therapy? Are you seeing someone for that? You can't self-medicate yourself. You can't teach yourself how to drive a car. It doesn't work. You can't teach yourself. No, you can't at all. You can't teach yourself how to drive a car. This thing, you could turn it on and steer the wheel, but there's certain things you're going to fuck up at. How many of you, when you first sat down in a car and learned how to drive it, you knew about blind spots? That's the last thing you're thinking about. I could put y'all in the driver's seat of a bus right now and say, go down the block. And I bet y'all fucking crash before y'all pull off the fucking curb. Because there's a certain way you got to do it. When I first sat in the bus and the instructor was telling me what to do, he said, yeah, do this. And I did that. He said, all right, so what do you do? I said, I'm assuming I hit the gas and go that way. He said, no, you don't. Why? He said, look in the mirror. You're going to hit that. I'm like, oh, shit. Didn't even think. Been driving goddamn 30 years. Yeah, Xavier, but that's Chuck Norris. He does everything. We don't know shit about no blind spots. Jimi Hendrix taught himself how to play the guitar. But you want to know a fun fact? You know he played that shit upside down? You know he couldn't read music? Fuck. He could not read music. Now watch this. Could he teach someone to do what he already learned to do? No, because he learned it all fucked up. If you tried to teach Jimi Hendrix the conventional way to play a guitar and read music, he couldn't do it. So do y'all know why y'all single? Now here's a funny part. Do y'all care to fix it? or is it everyone else's fault? If there's something wrong, you know, are you the type of dude to be like, yeah, I'm single because I don't fucking with bitches no more? What are you doing? What is your life about? Women, are you the type of women to say, yo, men play too many games, I ain't fucking with men no more? What are you doing? What are you doing? When he says she's too busy, well, your pockets are a priority. That's what's up. Your pockets are a priority. You feel ain't no one's gonna do it but you. That's fine. You put it on yourself. It would be nice if you didn't have to be so strong, though, right? Right, Queen? It would be nice if you didn't have to be that strong. If you had a genuine man to come into your life and say, yo, look, take a load off. I make X amount of money, you make X amount of money. Let's do this, babe. Let's do this. Or that OT you working, fuck that. Xavier said, better yet, why are you divorced twice and single? Yeah, I know a lot of those too. Well, not a lot, but I've seen that. I've seen a lot of that. I don't know a lot of that. I've seen that. Tay says she chasing the bag. Okay, that's what's up. You know what I noticed? There's a lot of sisters chasing that bag. And eventually, they get on some. Well, I want to be a wife now. It's hard, man. It's hard for you to chase the bag and then be a wife after that. It's hard. It's very hard. I told y'all about that wall. The wall's different for women than it is for men. That's just how it is. But I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible. Everything is possible. Everything's possible. Mrs. Shelton. That's an inside joke, y'all. When y'all see that will never not be funny. That's an inside joke, y'all. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jason, the wall is undefeated. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. Maybe I'll talk about the wall. Maybe that'll be a topic for Wednesday. We're going to talk about the wall. Just a brick in the wall. Sharon says she learned how to play guitar by ear. You better than me. Man. That's true, Xavier. He said chase success and the bag will chase you. I'm not knocking anybody for putting their career first, but you gotta understand when you put your career first, and I'm talking to the women now, when you put your career first, you may as well not worry about getting married. You know what I'm saying? And look, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with you doing. I'm not saying that. You got to make a choice because you can't have both. And it's hard. The older you get, it's hard because not only is that you have to do what you have to do, but you've been conditioned. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll talk about the wall on Wednesday. Wall Wednesday. Yeah, Queen, I know. You've been there, done that. So, hustling is what you do. No doubt, I feel you. She's been there. I feel you. Not all relationships last, they stand the test of time. Not all of them do. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it. I totally get it. And I'm not knocking anybody for their choices as long as you understand what those choices are. You know what I'm saying? Shauna says it's hard to find a genuine person. The numbers realistically are in women's favor. 16% ain't shit. The 84%, they out and about. I don't know where y'all looking. The numbers are in y'all favor. That's fucked up, Mr. Shelton. Again, an inside joke. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Shauna, the numbers are on your side. The 84%, they out there waiting. They're there waiting. Yeah, Tay, whatever, when you feel your priority is. You know what I recommend too? And I don't want my people to be scared of this. I remember I was talking about therapy. I've been in therapy several times in my life. I've had some hard shit that I had to deal with. And trying to deal with it yourself is never a good idea. You get yourself in trouble like that. And I remember I was talking about it at my old job. And this woman we worked with was like, "Oh, you go to therapy?" I'm like, "Yes." "What's the problem?" Like, "Yeah, well, I don't think that's something that black people did." I said, "Man, more black people need to be in therapy." Mansa Musa, salute. You know what I'm saying? We fucked up now. We got PTSD that dates back to slavery. You might not realize it. It is that deep. Queen said, "I don't like sitting around and doing nothing. I have to hustle. I just do. I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm not doing anything." Well, that's what's up. Now you see, this is where we knock heads. Get a good career and freeze those eggs. Oh my God. That's another show. I got a problem with that. I'm just not gonna address it right now. And this is another thing, man. All this traveling. Let me touch on that for a minute. Hold up. Brother says, what percentage of 84% are trying to act like the 16% instead of being real with themselves? I realized I was a part of the 84% trying to act like the 16%, but when I was acting like the 16%, I was generating more compliance from women that didn't deserve my attention. You know what I'm saying? It was weird, man. It was fucking weird. I was like, what the fuck? And when I had to stop, because I was like, this is not me. The way all this talking and fronting in the street, no, that's not me. When I got tired of that shit, and I was just like, I just want to deal. You want to deal with me? Because I'm not like that for real, and I'm not dealing with you. I got more tail saying I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be bothered. You call me, you don't. Ain't that crazy? So I totally agree with that. I fell into that. I was part of the 84 trying to behave like the 16. Now, my sister Tay says she loves traveling. You know what my thing is with traveling? A lot of women say they love traveling. Traveling is good. Number one, traveling for me doesn't mean just getting in a car and driving down to Virginia Beach. I'm not saying that you do that, Tay. I'm saying when I think traveling, I hope you got a passport. You know what I mean? Traveling is needing your passport, to me. Furthermore, because everyone say, I like to travel. Where'd you go? Where'd you go for the summer? I went down south. Man, if you black and you from New York, of course you got family in the South and in the Midwest. That don't count. You went to your aunt's house. You went to your aunt Gertrude and Ethel house. That don't fucking matter. That fuck out of here. That's not traveling for me. For me, at least, it's not traveling. Traveling is going to another country where they speak a different language. If they speak English, they sound funny, like those Europeans. No disrespect, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying about traveling is a lot of these sisters say, and I'm not saying this is Tay saying this per se. A lot of sisters say I like to travel, but when they don't go nowhere real. Number two, I hope you got a good pension plan. I'm not worried about spending an unnecessary amount of money somewhere in some unknown fucking country where you could be putting money into your 401k, to your deferred compensation. And these sisters be talking about traveling every fucking way. You look on the Instagram. You go down to this foreign country, you spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. You could be socking that money away in a fucking IRA account. That's just where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. My brother Xavier says, my mom said that she won't go to therapy because she ain't going to let no bitch tell her she is wrong. And that's why she's alone with no family around. See? You see family? You see? That part. And let me tell you something. A lot of people, they know what's wrong with them. They know what's wrong with them. They just don't want to talk about it. DS, salute. Yeah, see, we all done it, man. We all done it. We all done it. I felt so like wrong when I walked in the door. I'm like, ugh. When I answer the phone, I simply say, Johnny Q, what up? I simply say, hello. When I look, remember the old school call IDs, the little box next to your phone? Now, when I knew it was a chick calling, I'm like, yo, what up? It's not how I talk. One time I did that shit. My brother looked at me like, what the fuck? Young man. No doubt, Tay Tay, I see you. Phenomenal Mexican in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. I mean, traveling is, to me, the other side to that, like I said, man. Traveling shouldn't be a top priority. A lot of these women say, I like to travel, I like to travel, I like to travel. To me, I hope y'all got some really good savings. I hope y'all understand how much money you're gonna need when you retire, especially if you're single. Okay? I ain't gonna break down the math, but a few years of traveling and you finally retire, or you turn around in your job, you've been there 30 years and you're looking at the numbers. And it's like, I ain't miss a day of work. I'm looking at my pension. I could have left last year. And it's like, if I do leave, this is half of what I've made here. Oh shit, I'm still gonna have to work. Maybe if you'd have cut those vacations short over the past 20 years. Listen, man, it's called priority. Priority, man. There's a bunch of shit I want to do. I just can't afford to do it now. I mean, I could, but why am I going to dig into my savings just because, I want to go to another country, take my wife to another country and hang out for a week? That's going to hurt. So we got to work smarter, not harder, family. We got to get educated on how money works. We got to get educated on, we need to know what the real numbers are. What you need to retire. You know what I'm saying? The cost of living goes up, but our paychecks don't go up to match the cost of living. How much money do you need? Sure, I never said there's anything wrong in traveling, but I'm explaining something. If you put traveling as a priority in your life, then that's your life. But what I'm saying is, I hope you understand that when it comes time for you to retire, how much money do you have in your bank? I know chicks that get together and they go on these trips all around the world. And they spend thousands of dollars, and they wonder why when it's time for them to retire, they either can't retire, or when they do just say, fuck it, I'm going to retire, they got to do shit on the side. How the fuck you work 30 years at a job just to work part-time at Walmart as a door greeter? You gave 20, 30 years to a fucking company, and the pension is only paying you $3,000 a month, knowing your cost of living is about $5,000. So where you going to make that money up? Working the door greeter at Walmart at strange hours. When retirement meant to me, you should be home relaxing. Not anymore. And guess what? Y'all ready for this? How many, other than Shawa, who else in here is married? How much money do you need to retire and live comfortably and take care of yourself? With the cost of living going up. So we're talking about priorities here. Remember what I said. Don't tell me what your priorities are. Show me where you spend your money, and I will tell you where they are. What's more important to you? Your retirement in the next 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 years? Or a fucking trip to fucking St. Thomas? You could have took that $5,000 you were going to spend, you put aside for that cruise and the all-you-can-eat shit. You could have took that $5,000 and put it into your deferred compensation, and in 10 years, it could have doubled or tripled for all you know. Was St. Croix really worth it, or 3 mortgage payments? Where are your priorities? So that's when I hear these women talking about traveling. I get it. You got to be reasonable. That's right, Jeff. I'm just saying, you got to be smarter. There's all kinds of things happening in the world. You're going to need that bread. And I know people could combat that and say, hey, man, you know, we got to have a good time. Okay, listen, y'all all adults. But I'm telling you, shit is going to get rough out here, man. Shara says, hell, even being married to a man with a pension and life insurance, I still focus on retirement and more. You see? I like to hear stuff like that. Everything you do should have a return on investment at this point in your life. Now, I'm not saying to spend some money on yourself, but I've seen some weird shit. I've seen women kick out a lot of bread. They say, where you going? You and like 5 of your friends are gonna hop in 2 rooms. Y'all going to Paris? Come back broke as fuck. Come back, the cable shut off. The cell phone is not gonna be on for another week. You borrowing money from your auntie and shit, all kinds of shit. Was the fucking Paris trip worth it? What the fuck was over there? The Eiffel Tower? Who the fuck cares? I don't. What the fuck was over there? My brother went over there. He said, yo, check this shit out. He said, I was with his girlfriend, right? This is a long time ago. He says, yo, I'm not fucking with France ever again. I said, what happened, nigga? I know they got mayonnaise. They use mayonnaise with their French fries instead of ketchup, but what happened? He says, nah, man, we're in a restaurant and I go to use the bathroom. I'm like, okay. So I'm standing at the urinal and I'm just noticing, I look around, there's no toilet. I said, wait a minute. Was you in the girls' room? He said, motherfucker, you hear me say I was at the urinal? I said, okay. He said, there's no toilet. He said, what if I had to take a shit? I said, wait, you was in a restaurant? He said, we wasn't in a restaurant. There was no toilet. They don't want you shitting in their restaurant? But I said, oh, man. Now I was into France. Shona said, if you could work like online or part-time, yeah, Shona, it's not, you know, you need a niche. You need to be doing something. Working online is not hard. I mean, it's not as easy as people think. You got to find a niche. You got to find supply, demand. It's just like opening up a conventional business. But what's easy about marketing online is that your business is always on your shoulders. It's right here. Everybody in here subscribe to Blue Blood. He does this full time. Boxing Ego does this full time. Champside, I believe he does this full time. They have a wide range of an audience. They get a big check. And this is what they do for a living. I have a smaller channel. All right? Now, I understand. But you got to find a niche. Whatever it is you do. And I've seen there's a lot of communities on YouTube. A lot of communities on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So if you can find a niche, it's like whatever. Salute, Queen. That's what's up. Yeah, Phenomenal Mexican. I know about. I used to want to go over there when I was younger. I used to want to go there. I wanted to go to China and shit. Listen, as I aged out, I realized how fucking ugly this planet is. I'm good. I'm really good. I'm not stoked to go any fucking where. It's my wife that want to go wherever the fuck, you know, and we'll go. You know, I'm a team player. We'll go. We'll go. But she knows me. I went with her on a cruise, and I don't know what happened to me. I guess in my older age, I get seasick. We went to Bermuda. This is me the whole time. You all right? If you ask me if I'm all right one more time, you know I'm not all right. This boat is rocking. People are stuffing their face with hamburgers and shit. Big Texas salute. Man, fuck this boat. Get me out of here. Anyway. It's important for y'all to know why y'all single. It's very, very important for y'all to know why y'all single. Because if you want to change that, you might need to go talk to somebody. I don't know if it's a pastor at a church. And can I say something, man? Ladies, you get a therapist, get a male therapist. Don't get a woman therapist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got video of in Bermuda. It's very nice, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I get bored easy. There's nothing for me to do over there. I'm not going to go to. Oh, you know what? You know what the problem was? I was on a boat with niggas from New York, and when we got to Bermuda, I was on Bermuda with niggas from New York. I want to go somewhere and leave New York over there. I don't want to be around y'all. Because I'd be so scared that somebody's going to act real hood, and I don't want to be affiliated with that. Yeah, DS. Ladies, if you're going to get therapy, go to a male. Y'all don't give each other great advice. Y'all don't. Y'all remember my male commandments? There's like 20 of them. And all of them were labeled number 1 because these are things that we felt that you should know as a woman about us. One of my favorite ones is come to me with help only if you want. Come to me with a problem only if you want help solving it. Because sympathy is what your friends are for. I'm not that guy. I'm not. So, yeah. That's why I'm saying go get a male therapist if you're going to get therapy. They'll give each other shitty advice. I'll never forget those women when I was a youngster. These older women they were all single. It's like, yo, are you wishing a pregnancy out of wedlock from me? Oh no, women, kids are beautiful things. Like, are they? Y'all complaining, and then y'all complain about baby daddy. You wishing this shit on me? No, I'm good. And I stayed the course. Oh, I ran into because by then, 15 years done passed, I ran into one of the girls that I worked with. She says, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm good, whatever, you know. So what's going on? You got kids? And I said, I'll go on my phone and say, hey, yeah, look. It's my baby right here. You know what she said? I told you you'd make a baby. I'm like, yeah, I also told you that I wasn't going to have a child until I was married. Oh, you married? Yeah. You know what she said? Now she's in her 50s. You know what she said? No, you're not. You know my government name. You could look me up. Let me know what you see when it says marital status. Just let me know. See what I'm saying? I mean what I say. See, I need to know why y'all single. I knew why I was single. I knew why I decided to get married. Do y'all know? And I'm just going to point this stat out. Exactly, Jason. She was mad that I did it right. That's all. While she got niggas climbing through her window at 4 a.m. I don't know why a motherfucker wants to see his son at 4 a.m. climbing through the window. While she's dealing with that, I'm happily married. You know what I'm saying? What I was gonna say is it is very important for you to know yourself. It's very important for you to know yourself and understand that if you need help, you understand that you do need help, especially if you're not accomplishing something that you say you want, because it might not be for you. It might not be for you. But if you want it, you need to find out why you're not achieving it. If you want a relationship, if you want to have a significant other, it is imperative that you find out what you're doing wrong, because you're not doing something right. It's something you're not doing right. And you have to be brave enough to say, you know what? I'm gonna need some help, because I've been doing it all this time. You kidding me, brother? Man, that nigga need to go somewhere in a corner and sit. He need to face the wall and never speak again. Yes, Tay-Tay, it's down. No, it's all good. That's solid information, Tom. I appreciate that, because Herschel Walker been getting on my motherfucking nerves. Him and his I almost said something real bad. But him and that son he raised, y'all know what I'm talking about. He raised a yellow son who's part of that community, and all he does is talk bad on black men. Look at your father. Your father killed your brother or sister or whatever it was, your sibling. Your father paid to have your sibling offed. Take that. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. I did a video about that clown. I'm gonna do another one. It's all right, brother. I appreciate it. Saying, yeah, super cool ain't even the word, Bumpy. That dude is a fuck, man. Yo, I got a video of a baby raccoon crying and screaming because the sun is in his eyes. Watch what I do. You already know what I'm gonna do. That shit was screaming. It was fucking hilarious. I'm like, oh shit, Herschel Walker's kid that he thought he had deleted. Bitch ass nigga. Well, anyway, it is imperative that if you want to be in a relationship and you can't figure out why you can't land somebody, all right, I'm talking to the ladies now. Get some therapy and go to a male therapist. Do not go to a female therapist. Females will break character in 2 seconds. They will leave their professional role just to tell you, girl, it's going to be okay. Stop lying to these women. It's not going to be okay. If they keep up doing what they're doing, if they keep it up, it's not going to be okay. Stop telling them that. Not every man is handsome. Not every woman is beautiful. What's fucked up is lying to them. Saying, oh man, you can do anything you want. No, you can't. Can every woman be Miss America? No. So why the fuck would you tell her that? Stop doing that shit, man. Seriously. Stop doing that shit. Stop doing that shit. Not every woman's a queen. Not every man is a king. Not every man can win Mr. America, Mr. Universe. Stop doing that shit. You're doing them a disservice. Be honest and tell them, yo, look, you're going to have to work a little harder to land somebody. You going to tell me that this nigga right here could bag Beyonce or a chick that look like Beyonce?
Such a small fat. Oh.
Stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying. Word up, Philip. Fuck Herschel Walker. Yeah, no doubt, Queen. I'm not saying chase dudes down, but there's some women that have a invisible barrier when a dude is trying to court them. And I don't know what that's about. They have to figure that out. It could be anything. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Then there's some women that approach men all wrong. They lead with their masculine energy. Ladies, let me just point this out. You can't, with a man, you talking to a man, you can't lead by telling him how much money you make. Even if you're making great money. We don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Some women don't understand that. I'm like, why can't I get a man? Well, tell me about yourself. Well, I make $112,000 a year. And that was a bad year. And I have a Bentley and I have a Beamer and, you know, I have no kids and I'm pretty gorgeous. Why can't I have a man? It's like, you sound like a dude. That's why. Reverse the roles. Hey, how you doing, Tommy? Tell me about yourself. Well, I made $112,000 a year. That was a slow year for me. I own my own home. I have a Bentley. I have a Porsche. And already he's marketable. I have no kids. And I'm single. Her antennas are up. But what happens when a man is sitting across a dinner table and women start saying that? It's like, uh-oh. If I give her a chance, she's going to be like, you know, if you get that far, when you're stroking her in the bed, it's like, yo, baby, what's my name? No, what's my name? Negative, K. I'm out of here. Yo, that video is immortal. I forgot where I found that. Damn. I'm saying, but if you're single and you just can't, I've seen women that be like, yo, I thought I had this dude. I thought, you know, I thought we was clicking. I don't know what happened. And you know what? I'm not a therapist, but I've been so close to the situation that I'm like, it's not my place to tell you. And I can see everywhere where she fucked up. I know exactly, because I'm thinking it, and I'm like, okay, how would I react if she was telling me this? And I'm like, oh man, I know exactly why. And even if I did tell her, like, yo, you know when you said that? Didn't he say da 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 da? Well, this is why. Well, why is he saying that? It's like, yo, listen, go to therapy. I'm telling you, man to man. Shauna, I'm not saying no female therapists are good. I'm saying I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. Y'all are emotional creatures. Emotional. Your word, Philip. You know, the scenario I just gave was like, I seen something like that in speed dating, where you have to put your shit out there, and women are attracted to credentials. We lead with our accomplishments. Women lead with what? Their femininity. A woman is, listen, bottom line, you can have two men sit in front of you're speed dating, right? You have a man here and a man here. Both men are very handsome and they're well dressed. One guy's a doctor, the other guy is a manager at McDonald's. You understand? I'm gonna tell you straight up and down, majority of women, they're gonna go for the fucking doctor. I ain't mad at them. See what I mean? And guess what? I ain't mad at them. You know why? Women have to pick. When you're in a relationship, you want your life to be easier or harder. Yeah, you're right, Jason. And I feel you, Shower. I feel you. When you get in a relationship, are you supposed to work harder or easier? Is life supposed to be easier? Are you supposed to be happy and, you know what I'm saying? You dig? It's supposed to be easier. So I'm not saying that the manager at McDonald's is a bad guy. He don't make as much as the doctor. Where would you feel more secure in your future? Because this is the person that you're spending the rest of your life with. Now, you could say this to some women, and some women will be like, well, that depends on how you look at it. He could be a nice guy, give him a chance. No, fuck that. This might be the person you spend the rest of your life with. You need to know that you're going to be well taken care of. You know what I'm saying? There's no problem. And a woman will not get faulted for picking the doctor. Not to say that the manager at the fast food joint is a bad guy. He's also good looking. He's just not as well educated and not in the same tax bracket as the other good looking guy. And we don't blame the women for making that choice because she has to pick for her future. What would you tell your daughter to do? Women, fellas, what would you tell your daughter to do? I'm not saying these guys have no drama. They're childless. But you find out one important fact. This guy's a doctor. This guy manages a bunch of high school kids and tell them how to dip fries and flip burgers. They're both good guys. But if your daughter says, I can't make a decision, you send her to the doctor. He has more to offer. This is not time to make a Cinderella story out of this. Future. You get in a relationship, things are supposed to be easier. Because you know what happens, ladies? When you get involved with some nigga that ain't worth shit, doesn't life get hard? Because you gotta work and he's in between jobs. Even if you picked him and he had no fucking job, but he was looking damn cute, knowing you're supposed to deal with the average looking motherfucker, I ain't even gonna go there. Y'all already know where I'm going. Y'all even know where I'm going, man. Y'all know. I talk about it all the time. Y'all know. Y'all supposed to. Y'all supposed to secure your future. So when you say secure the bag, I get it. Relationships are supposed to be easier. But you see, some women, and the fellas too, some of y'all are single because you're just fucking difficult. You see, Shauna? Did you hear anything I said? Did you hear anything I said? Oh my God. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, y'all? See? What did I say? You always adding to my scenarios. You're always adding shit that I didn't say. Y'all heard about that, Tom. I did. Don't add to my scenario. She's saying it depends on how the doctor acts. There's some. See, Jason. See. Do I have to say anything? What was the scenario? Two guys, both equally handsome. No children, no drama. The only difference is one guy was a manager at a fast food restaurant. The other guy was a doctor. That's it. I didn't say anything else. And what would you do as a woman? Or if you was the parent of your daughter and she had to make a choice, where would you tell her to go? She's asking you, Mom, Dad, what should I do? Doctor. Because he's just going to provide for you better financially. Let's be honest. Life is supposed to be easier. I'm not calling y'all gold diggers. I'm just saying life is supposed to be easier. The honeymooners. Why do I bring up the honeymooners? Jackie Gleason, he was a fat bus driver. But you remember how Alice looked? I didn't know until they did one episode in color that Alice was a redhead. She was a petite, slim housewife. She did the cooking, she did the cleaning, and she put up with Ralph's big ideas. But she loved him because the big ideas were always he was trying for the betterment of the household. He had a heart of gold, which made it funny. And she was a wise ass. She was tough. She stood up to him. And it was a brilliant thing, but you look at it physically. She went with Ralph because she felt that Ralph could take the best care of her. And her mother would come over and say, "Oh, I wish you'd have married so-and-so, so-and-so. He's a doctor. I'm good here." So all things were equal in my scenario, with the exception of the employment. Oh my God. Kane said, "I married an Alice." Well, look, man, I don't want y'all lying to yourselves. There's nothing wrong with getting help. I've been to therapy several times in my life, and it's helped. But sometimes you get into a point in your life where you're like, well, damn, I really can't make a decision. And talking to your parents may or may not help. May not help. So you get some professional help. Exhaust your resources, man. Oh, there they go. See? Y'all know what to do. 88, what up? There you go. We got the bots in here. They do this on all our channels. Y'all already know what to do. Y'all already know what to do. And this is why I block off my chat as much as I can. No doubt, Steve L. I know. Thank you. Thank y'all. This is how you know you're doing something right. YouTube could do weird stuff like, I ain't even gonna get into it, man. I'm gonna get to it. But documentation beats conversation. Their behavior has been consistent with our channels, and I'm glad they're choosing not to stop things like this because it's more ammunition. And YouTube can take it. They got deep pockets, so when we come for them, all it takes is a little bit of unity, and we're good. So I'm gonna close this one up. I'll be back Wednesday. Trying to figure out oh yeah, shit is weird. What I said I was gonna talk about on Wednesday? I forgot just that quick. What I said I was gonna talk about Wednesday? Somebody help me out there. Nah, I did say. I said I was going to talk about something on Wednesday. I forgot, though. Well, I'll think of something. Always do. She said something with a W. I'll think of something. Always do. There's a lot to talk about. That's why I love this platform. Y'all make sure y'all like and share it. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App. Much love and appreciation, man. I love this channel. Yeah, the wall. The wall. The wall. The wall. We're going to talk about the wall. No doubt. We're going to talk about the wall. Word up. Back in the South, my brother. Salute, man. Thank you. We're going to talk about the wall, and the wall is undefeated. No doubt. So, you already know what it is. I will be back in the morning. think I'm gonna shit on AJ and Eddie and Bob Arum. Those motherfuckers are fighting now with each other, and I love it. And salute to all of y'all, man. Much love and appreciation. Yep. War Wednesdays. Let's see how far that goes, man. For real, man. That wall is real. So we're gonna talk about the wall on Wednesday. Wall Wednesday. Yes, sir. Salute to y'all. I will see y'all in the AM. Much love and appreciation. I'll catch y'all on the rebound.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.